Have you ever thought about what you'd do if a heart attack struck and you were completely alone? It's a scary thought, but one that happens far more often than we realize. Many people assume they'll have time, or that someone will be there to help. But the truth is, the first few minutes are absolutely critical. And what you do or don't do can make all the difference between life and death. The good news: even if you live alone or spend most of your time by yourself, you can survive a heart attack if you act fast and know exactly what to do. In this video, we're going to walk you through 7 crucial steps you must take the moment a heart attack begins. You're the only one around. These actions are simple, practical, and potentially life-saving. You don't need any medical training. You don't need special tools. You just need to be calm, focused, and prepared. We'll break everything down, step by step: how to spot the first signs, what to take immediately, how to reduce the stress on your heart, and the small but powerful things you can do to buy yourself time until help arrives. Make sure to stay with us until the end, because the last few steps are the ones most people forget, but they just might be the ones that save your life. Step 1. Recognize the early warning signs. The very first and most important step in surviving a heart attack is knowing what it actually feels like, not just in your chest, but throughout your whole body. Most people imagine a dramatic, crushing chest pain like we see in movies. But in reality, heart attacks often begin much more quietly, and those early signs, they're easy to ignore until it's too late. So here's what to watch for. A. Deep, uncomfortable pressure or squeezing in the center of your chest. It might feel like something heavy is sitting on you, or like your chest is slowly being filled with cement. The pain may come and go, making you think it's not serious. But if it lasts more than a few minutes or keeps ignore it. Other warning signs include shortness of breath even if you're just sitting still, pain or discomfort in the arm, shoulder, neck, jaw, or back, nausea, cold sweats, lightheadedness, or unusual fatigue. For older adults, especially women, the pain may feel more like pressure in the stomach or back rather than sharp chest pain. Let me give you an example. Richard, age 74, was sitting at his kitchen table when he felt tightness just under his collarbone. It felt like mild heartburn, but then he noticed he couldn't take a deep breath, and his hands were sweating. He remembered hearing that not all heart attacks start with pain. So instead of brushing it off, he picked up the phone and took action. That decision may have saved his life. The body often whispers before it screams. Those whispers, like pressure, fatigue, or shortness of breath, are your chance to act before the damage begins. So don't wait for a dramatic moment. When something feels off, treat it seriously. Your life may depend on it. Step 2. Call emergency services immediately once you suspect a heart attack. The next thing you must do immediately is call 911. Don't wait to see if the symptoms go away. Don't try to drive yourself. Don't assume you're being dramatic or overreacting. Calling emergency services is the fastest and safest thing you can do. While you're on the line, paramedics are already preparing, bringing oxygen, life-saving equipment, and medication. And if your condition worsens while they're on the way, they're trained to stabilize you on the spot. Every minute your heart is deprived of oxygen, more damage is done. Trying to drive yourself is risky. You could lose consciousness behind the wheel or delay treatment. Let help come to you. Here's another story. Linda, age 78, felt a strange ache in her shoulder, then a wave of nausea and cold sweat. Her first instinct was to call her son, But then she remembered a nurse once told her, "If you think you're having a heart attack, call 911 first. Talk to your family later." So she made the call. By the time the ambulance arrived, her symptoms had intensified, but the team was ready. They stabilized her right there. That phone call saved her life. You don't have to be 100% sure you're having a heart attack to call 911. The dispatcher won't be upset if it turns out to be something else. They'd rather be safe than sorry. So would your loved ones. If you live alone, always keep your phone within reach. Learn how to use your phone's emergency call feature even when it's locked. Some phones let you press a button or tap the screen multiple times to call for help fast. Set that up now. Practice it. And if you're still watching this and finding it helpful, please comment number 2 below to let us know you're here. And don't forget subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss life-saving content like this. Step 3. Chew an aspirin. Slowly and calmly after calling for help. One of the most powerful actions you can take. You're not allergic is to chew a regular 325 milligrams aspirin. Not swallow 2, and do it slowly, even if your hands are shaking. Aspirin helps thin the blood and prevents the clot from getting bigger. This can buy you more time and reduce the severity of the heart attack while you wait for help. If you're already on a blood thinner or allergic to aspirin, skip this step, but if not, keep a small bottle of aspirin in a place that's easy to reach. Asterisk. Step 3. Chew an aspirin, but know the risks. This one small action can significantly increase your chances of surviving a heart attack. Aspirin works by thinning your blood, helping slow or prevent the growth of a clot that might be blocking one of your coronary arteries, the very thing causing the heart attack. But here's what matters. You must chew the aspirin, not swallow it whole. Chewing gets the medication into your bloodstream faster, and research shows that this can buy you critical minutes, sometimes even enough to restore some blood flow before help arrives. Now, a few important cautions. Don't take aspirin if you're allergic to it, or if your doctor has told you not to take blood thinners. Don't take it on an empty stomach unless it's absolutely necessary, but during a heart attack. The risk of bleeding is far outweighed by the urgency of restoring blood flow. Avoid coated or delayed release aspirin. But if that's all you have, chew it anyway. Time is more important than form. Take Joe, age 72. One morning, he felt tightness spreading from his chest to his neck. He remembered the bottle of aspirin in his kitchen cabinet. He chewed one slowly while sitting down and waiting for help. Later, his cardiologist told him that action likely reduced the amount of damage to his heart muscle. That little pill, the doctor said, may have kept things from getting much worse. If you live alone, store aspirin in easy-to-reach places. Your nightstand, kitchen drawer, or even your wallet. Check the expiration date regularly, and let loved ones know where it is in case they need to help you one day. It may seem too simple, but it's backed by science and practiced by emergency professionals worldwide. In the first few minutes of a heart attack, chewing an aspirin isn't just a good idea, it's a proven intervention. And in those minutes, the difference could be surviving the trip to the hospital, or never making it there. Step 4. Sit or lie down. Protect your heart once you've called for help and taken aspirin. Your next step is simple, but absolutely critical. Stop moving. Sit or lie down immediately. Now is not the time to tidy the room. Look for your ID or unlock doors, unless absolutely necessary. Any movement increases your heart's workload, and right now, your heart is struggling to get oxygen. Your goal is to conserve energy and allow your body to stabilize. Ideally, sit upright, in a sturdy chair with back support, feet flat on the floor, and arms resting comfortably. If you feel faint or dizzy, lie on your side with your head slightly elevated. Avoid lying flat on your back unless you have no other option. Don't try to push through the discomfort. That mindset may have served you well in life, but this is different now. Resting is fighting. Doing nothing is actually doing something. You're protecting your heart and allowing your breathing and blood pressure to settle. Here's a true story. Alice, 81, felt pressure across her chest one afternoon while cleaning up the kitchen. Her first instinct was to finish the dishes and get herself together. But then she remembered what her doctor once said: if you think it's your heart, sit down. Everything else can wait. She sank into her recliner and waited. Later, she was told that decision may have prevented cardiac arrest. So the next time something feels wrong, shortness of breath, chest tightness, dizziness, stop where you are. Move only if absolutely necessary to reach a safe position. Sit down, stay still, breathe slowly, and let your body focus on just one job: surviving. Step 5. Unlock the door for emergency responders if you still have some strength after calling for help and sitting down. There's one more small but life-saving action you can take. Unlock your front door. It may not seem like much, but in an emergency, even seconds matter. A locked door can delay paramedics, force them to break in, or cause confusion, especially if you're in an apartment building, condo, or gated community. Of course, if walking to the door feels unsafe, don't risk it. Your health comes first. But if you're nearby and feel steady, unlock the door, then return to your seat immediately. Consider Paul, age 76, who lives alone in a condo. When his symptoms began, he called 911, chewed an aspirin, and unlocked his front door. He was back in his recliner in under 2 minutes. The paramedics said that one action saved them at least 30 seconds, he said. It may have saved my life. If you live alone, think ahead. Is your address clearly visible? Could paramedics find your apartment quickly? Could a trusted neighbor or friend access a spare key? You might even consider a smart lock or lockbox for emergencies. It's a small act of preparation, but it can speak volumes when help is on the way. It tells first responders, I've done my part, now you do yours. Step 6. Use your phone's speaker and medical ID features while you wait. Your phone can be your lifeline, not just to call for help, but to stay connected and prepared. If you're alone and experiencing symptoms, using the speakerphone feature allows you to keep breathing steadily while talking to emergency dispatch. You won't have to hold the phone to your ear, which helps reduce physical strain. Also, make sure you've set up your medical ID on your phone. Both Android and iPhone have this feature. It allows emergency personnel to access your vital medical information like allergies, medications, and conditions even if your phone is locked. Take a minute today to set up your ICE in case of emergency contacts. Enable medical ID or health info on your lock screen. Learn how to activate emergency mode, usually pressing the power button multiple times. In a moment of crisis, you may not be able to speak clearly, but your phone can speak for you if you prepare it. It becomes more than just a communication tool. It becomes your lifeline. And one of the smartest ways to use it in that moment is by switching to speakerphone. This allows you to talk to emergency responders hands-free, so you can focus on breathing and staying as calm as possible without needing to grip your phone tightly or hold it to your ear. When you're under distress, Even the act of holding something to your ear can make it harder to breathe. Using speakerphone not only reduces physical strain, but also allows the dispatcher to hear you more clearly. If you suddenly become too weak to talk, it also lets them listen for signs of your condition in the background, your breathing, your movements, even your tone. Beyond that, every smartphone now has something just as critical: your emergency medical ID on an iPhone. It's accessible even from the lock screen. On Android phones, there's often a similar feature. It holds vital information like your age, allergies, medications, and medical conditions. If you're unconscious when paramedics arrive, this data can save time and guide decisions about your care. Take Susan, 79. She passed out just moments before help arrived. But because her phone had her medical ID set up, the paramedics knew immediately that she was diabetic and allergic to penicillin. That saved them from giving her something that could have made things worse. And they were able to call her daughter using the emergency contact listed right in the phone. Setting up this information takes less than 5 minutes, and it lasts forever. Include your name, birth date, any major conditions, medications you take, allergies, and 1 or 2 emergency contacts. It's not just for tech-savvy folks, it's for anyone who might one day need help when they can't speak for themselves. So if you ever feel those first signs of a heart attack coming on, use your speakerphone. Stay connected and trust the person on the other end. Their calm voice, steady instructions, and constant presence can make the waiting less terrifying. And if something happens before help arrives, your phone might still speak for you when you no longer can. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 7. Slowing your breath. To steady your heart in the middle of a heart attack, it's easy to feel like panic is taking over. Your chest feels tight, your thoughts race, and every second seems louder than the last. But there's one final tool: you still have your breath. And if you use it well, it can calm your nervous system just enough to give your heart a better chance at holding steady. Controlled breathing isn't about curing the heart attack. It's about keeping your body from spinning into full-blown shock while help is on the way. The more anxious you become, the faster your heart may beat. But slowing your breath can gently pull that rhythm back down. You don't need a special technique. Just try this. Breathe in slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds. Hold it for a moment. Then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Do it again. Focus on that one small rhythm. It gives your body something steady to anchor to, and it can help prevent your heart from going into dangerous arrhythmias triggered by stress. Consider what happened to Frank, 83. When the pain hit, he felt like he was drowning in fear. But he remembered a simple breathing exercise his doctor had taught him during a checkup. He focused on each breath, kept himself still, and let go of the panic. By the time the paramedics arrived, his heart was still unstable, but not in full arrest. I just kept thinking, stay calm, stay alive, he later said. You can practice this breathing any time when you're resting, when you're feeling anxious, even when you're watching TV. The more familiar it feels, the more instinctively your body will return to it when the stakes are high. Your breath won't fix your arteries, but it can buy you time. It can keep oxygen flowing and help your heart hold on. And sometimes, in those final moments before help arrives, that's the only edge you need. Stay still, stay alive. Final thoughts. At the end of the day, surviving a heart attack alone isn't just about luck, it's about preparation, awareness, and calm action. These 7 steps may seem simple on their own, but together they form a powerful chain that can save your life. Recognize the warning signs. Call for help immediately. Take aspirin if you can. Sit or lie down to conserve your strength. Make it easier for help to reach you. Use your phone's tools wisely, and slow your breathing to keep your heart steady. Each one of these measures buys you a little more time. Each one gives you a little more control, and each one says something important, that even when you're alone, you're not powerless. Heart attacks can feel like the most frightening kind of solitude, but these steps remind you that you're not truly helpless. Not even for a second. You have tools, you have knowledge, and you now have a plan. So ask yourself what stood out the most to you today. Was there a step you hadn't considered before, or one that you now see in a different light? Think about how you can apply this to your own life, and maybe even share it with someone you care about. It might not just save your life, could save theirs too. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.